Let us welcome the first speaker of today's contest. The first speaker is Miss Sakura Shigeoka from Kansai University. She will deliver her speech under the title of The Importance of Sitting Next to Each Other. The importance of sitting next to each other. Miss Shigeoka, please come up to the stage and set our clock forward.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, and distinguished judges and questioner. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can you change seats with your friend again? She doesn't want to sit in her new seat. It happened so soon after the new seating arrangement that my elementary school classroom teacher told me to move my seat again. Actually, my friend wanted to change her seat because her new seat was next to a boy she didn't like. From a child's point of view, he was considered to be an abnormal student. He had a learning disability, tended to talk to other students too much during the class. My female friend never discriminated against the boy directly, like calling him stupid or attacking him. But then, why did she refuse to sit next to him? Why didn't my teacher explain to her that she should have tried to get along with all people in her class? On the other hand, why did I see the boy as the same as me? Why could I understand the difference between the boy and myself? These questions are the reasons I am standing before you today giving this speech. Today, I'd like to talk about how important it is to interact with each other for disabled people and non-disabled people. That is, the importance of sitting next to each other. I will not focus on any one specific disability throughout my speech. What I want you to regard as a problem is the unconscious discrimination against disabled people. Of course, I know all of you have already learned that discriminating against minority people is completely wrong at school. Then, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever experienced that you wanted to avoid disabled people like my female friend? Please imagine this situation. You find a person who has a mental disability screaming extremely loudly in the train. Suppose you see two people who are talking by sign languages at the cafe. At that moment, you found the differences between you and them, like appearances or actions. You might hesitate to get close to them. I think that you all have something that comes to your mind, right? I will call this type of reaction unconscious discrimination because it is difficult to be aware of it. Then, why do people tend to avoid disabled people unconsciously? That is because it is a real nature of humans. What? You might be shocked. But unfortunately, it is true. According to Kanji Izumiya, a psychiatrist, people love being normal. It means that people like to be a member of the majority in their society. Also, people label the minorities as being inferior to the majority instinctively. This labeling makes people feel like avoiding the minorities. So, people tend to avoid disabled people for no particular reason. Do we really need to eliminate unconscious discrimination against disabled people, although it is an instinctive behavior of humans? Yes, because you can realize that disabled people and non-disabled people can learn from each other. During the period when I sat next to him, I was the one who helped him study or do different activities. But I realized that I also learned a lot from him. He wasn't good at studying, but he knew a lot of Japanese proverbs the students in the same grade didn't know. It is a sick bird that follows its own nest. Do you know what it means? When he said this and explained that it means you should clean up the place when you leave, everyone in my class was surprised and felt admiration for him. What I learned from here is we definitely need a communication. You never really understand how the person is unless you sit next to him or her. I mean, know the person well. I also learned from him that our stereotype of normal people or abnormal people is really vague and meaningless. So, how can we change our views? Here is my first suggestion. Why not try to be aware of your unconscious discrimination in your daily life? I recommend you discussing good ways to interact with disabled people around you. By doing so, you will try to understand disabled people like you try to know about your new friends as well. The second suggestion is increasing the number of opportunities for communication between disabled people and non-disabled people from an early age. One definite plan would be to build special support schools and normal schools next to each other. This gives children many opportunities of communication easily, such as during discussion events or sports days. I can confidently say that it is very important to know that there are various kinds of people living together in the same society from an early age. That is because since I was small, I had the opportunity to meet with those who have disabilities through my relatives and friends. It became natural for me to interact with them without unconscious discrimination. One day, my teacher told me that the boy drew a picture of a school field trip. A girl was happily eating her lunch of the grass in the picture. He said that it is you, my teacher said to me. He didn't often say thank you to others, but he absolutely expressed his gratitude to me by drawing that picture. This is how to live together, isn't it? That's the story of how I learned the importance of sitting next to each other. Thank you very much.